Big news today in the political world. Longtime West Michigan Congressman Fred Upton announced he will not run for re-election, ending his 35-year tenure in Washington. News 8's David Horak has more on his announcement from our Kalamazoo studio tonight. David?
Yes, Susan, just as the 4th congressional district lines were redrawn, leading to a potentially heated GOP primary this August, Congressman Fred Upton has decided his 18th and current term will be his last.
The chair recognizes the gentleman from Michigan, Mr. Upton, for 5 minutes.
This morning, the Republican from St. Joseph announced his retirement on the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives.
Even the best stories has a last chapter. This is it for me.
His story on Capitol Hill dates back to 1987, when he won his first term after serving in the Reagan White House and as a congressional staff member.
Reagan worked both sides of the aisle to get things done, caring less about who got the credit. And I made a promise that such a principle would be my guiding light, especially in these days of divided government that is the only way one can actually get legislation enacted.
Throughout his 18-term tenure, Upton sat on the Problem Solvers Caucus and House Energy and Commerce Committee. Some key legislation that got his vote included the 21st Century Cures Act in 2016 and last year's bipartisan infrastructure bill.
House Resolution 24 resolved that Donald John Trump, President of the United States, is impeached for high crimes and misdemeanors.
He was also one of 10 House Republicans who voted to impeach the former president for his role in the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol.
Hopefully civility and bipartisanship versus discord can rule, not rue the day.
Michigan Republican Party Chairman Ron Weiser says Upton led his community with honor and distinction, adding, "We thank Fred for his tireless advocacy on behalf of Michigan in the halls of Congress and wish him nothing but continued success in his future endeavors." From across the political aisle, U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow says as the senior Republican in our Michigan delegation, Representative Fred Upton has been a strong partner in working together on important issues for our state. Governor Gretchen Whitmer also chimed in, saying Mr. Upton's leadership is bipartisan, common sense, and empathetic. We could all learn something from his tenure and strive to live and lead with the values he embodies. An emotional Upton reflecting on his career, now looking forward to time with his wife, 2 kids, and 3 grandkids.
Someone asked my wife, Amy, what would be the next chapter? She said, and they lived happily ever after. Indeed, we will.
Well, and more reaction coming up at 6, including from the man Upton would have faced in the primary, fellow Congressman Bill Huizenga. For now, we are live inside of our Kalamazoo studio. David Horak, News 8.